Yo, welcome everyone, Sanju Uchiha here, welcome back to the channel, and of course it's Dragon Ball Daima Fridays, DBD Fridays, you know? So, we're doing something a bit different here. I thought I'd switch the order of things, where we have the review at the front and the reaction at the back. I mean, you could skip to any point in the video anyway, so I guess it's neither here nor there for the most part, so it is what it is. But yeah, Dragon Ball Daima continues with this episode, and you know, this was another decent episode. I think these episodes haven't... I think the good thing about it, they haven't fallen beyond, like, below a certain rating, in my personal opinion. And this episode was another decent one. We finally get to the Demon Realm. Goku, Supreme Kai and Glorio finally arrived there. And I think what this episode really continues to showcase, like, and obviously this is going to be the case throughout the entire episode. Well, the entire series is just, again, the production value, the time they've really spent on this show. It shows, from the visuals to the music to how they use the OSTs, etc, etc. So yeah, that's just going to be the thing throughout every episode in terms of a positive. Now, as I said, the gang are finally in the Demon Realm, and I appreciate this episode just doing a decent amount of showing and not necessarily just giving us a bunch of exposition about, you know, the Demon Realm. Even though we do get that, but it didn't feel overwhelming or overbearing, and you know, we have to memorize all of this dialogue and, you know, lore. So that was the good part. So we learn, of course, and we kind of learned this already, that the Demon Realm consists of 3 worlds, and we get some more information in the sense that, of course, all 3 worlds are linked. But apparently at some point some barrier was put up to prevent persons from traveling between the 3 demon worlds. So there's that, and we of course learn that the ecology and the animals are different there in the Demon Realm, of course. I do like how the episode was kind of self-aware, like Goku saying like, yo, just to paraphrase him, like, yo, I thought when I heard Demon Realm, like, this would be more creepy than this. And I think that's that's something we as fans would expect, or, you know, try to, you know, predict. When you hear Demon Realm, probably Toriyama is going to, you know, make it like very, like, creepy. But I think in traditional Toriyama fashion, he did an excellent job of, you know, going with what we know him for and going against the expectations when it comes on to what you'd expect the Demon Realm to be. And of course, it was just kind of meta, I suppose. So there's that. Well, I think the next interesting thing is, well, we would have already deduced this from before, the goldfish that we would have seen from the first episode. I don't think we saw him last week, that actually allowed King Gomah and his crew to actually travel to the outside world. Apparently we learned that it's just a, you know, a transportation device between our point between the Demon Realm and the outside world, and by extension other universes, which apparently needs a pin and a password. What was cool about this episode too, I think, is in traditional Toriyama, yeah, humor fashion, like crude humor, was the fact that when they went through the goldfish, right, the mouth, and when they got to the Demon Realm, the 3rd demon world, it kind of made it seem like they came through the fish's ass. So I think that's typical Toriyama fashion. Now, what I will say, and you'll hear me mention it in the reaction section there, is just the use of OSTs, or even the nature of the OSTs itself when it comes on to the show. Like, again, it just seems like the RPG or JRPG type of vibe has just merged with Dragon Ball, and I think it just blends and works fine. Also, the fact that we had a number of scenes, I think, towards the latter half of this episode where there's literally no OST playing, and it's just like the ambient, like, environmental, like, sounds that you're hearing as you're going through, and then the music kind of comes back in when things are about to go down, because we do get some, I guess, say, like a warm-up type of action when it comes on to this episode, where Goku goes up against some residents of the Demon Realm. But in my personal opinion, it was just like an excuse for him to get used to the environment, because we do get introduced to this whole lore tidbit in the 3rd Demon Realm that the volcanoes there, the air they emit, it kind of makes it hard to move in that environment essentially. So, and of course it does smell, and we do get even more crude humor, like more fart jokes. Well, it gets a fart joke from Goku because Goku is Goku, right? So there's that. So we kind of get some tidbits, some lores, kind of exploring the world so far, just to get accustomed to, like, okay, we have the Sea of Darkness. If you fall into that, you die instantly. We have this area in the third demon world, where, you know, it's hard to move because of the volcanoes emitting this type of air. And you know what that speaks to me is that we are taking the time to at least do some world building, so when certain actions or certain events happen down the line, it makes sense and it makes the world feel more alive, you know. So I like that in the grand scheme of things, because for example, there was this one scene, the initial action in this episode, where we had some bandits firing some arrows at Goku, and then as it approached Goku, it got slower and it looked very comical, I'm not gonna lie. So there was that. So I like what they're doing, and you know, the action I said in this episode is very warm-up-esque, honestly, so nothing crazy yet. For the hardcore DBZ fans that are looking for, you know, that oh shit type of moment, it's not there yet. We're still building and focusing on the background stuff that, you know, we'll get the payoff later on. So there's that. I think my only concern, not my personal concern, but I think for the persons who I would say are like hardcore Dragon Ball Z, like, you know, the cliche, you know, you start with Dragon Ball Z, you probably never watched Dragon Ball, or you got into OG Dragon Ball late, the first part of the story. I think those type of fans probably might not be fully into Daima just yet. So that's the only thing I would say as a concern for the wider audience, but it's whatever, honestly. I think as the story goes on, we'll definitely get a better appreciation, and even those subset of persons will get a better appreciation for this, and you know, just experience the magic of the series, man, because it's definitely there. It's definitely there. The world building, the characters, the production value, and you know, the characters are very much in character. Goku especially, the crude humor is there for everyone to see. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Let me know what you guys think about my reaction that's coming up right now. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball Daima review. Alright, let's see what this week has in store for Dragon Ball Daima.
魔界の飛行機は魔力で動いているのでとても速いんです。そっか。ワープ様のところに行くのでしょ？
ああ、そうだ。
ワープ様？大魔界と外の世界をつなぐ中継地点のことです。
火星系の惑星バタピーの近くだ。
なるほど。あんなところにありましたか。
What is this man doing, dog? Like when I say, yo, maybe figure out about the controls before we start kick ass again.
キングゴマーです。
体は小さいがずる賢くてすごい魔力を持っている。だが魔人ブーを倒したあんたならキングゴマーを倒すこともできるだろう。
There's a power scaling there.
オラたちも早くデンデを助けて元の姿に戻りていかん。
It's like a giant waffle dog.
あれがワープ様ですよ。
And it just looks so ridiculous, honestly. Classic Toriyama, honestly.
耳をよく見せろ。
はい。
きっちり尖っているな。魔界の人間で間違いない。そいつは？
やべ。
Yeah, Goku looks so weird with pointed ears.
いいだろう。さっさと暗証番号を言え。
暗証番号？
あと言え。
8821。
よし、入る。
わあ。面白い。
大丈夫か？
I think there's one thing persons can say about this so far. Like, this definitely feels more like a movie, you know?
いや、まだ中継地
The
点だ。
pacing just feels so
大魔
nice.
界は3つに分かれているんだが、
It's kind of like shit them out. Toriyama really does have a sense of humor, doesn't he?
ついたんか？ここか。すげえな、海王神様。うわー、なんだこ
Like, I don't know if to say if the music is... It doesn't feel Dragon Ball vibes-ish, you know? It kind of feels... But it still fits. I think it's as I was saying last week, where it's kind of like Toriyama took those elements from working on like Dragon Quest and those other RPG type of games and merged them with Dragon Ball, and it just fits so well because, you know, if we're kind of going back to the roots of what made Dragon Ball, so it just blends well either way. So but it's just interesting to know the music is just,
大魔界
you
は
know?
洞穴ですよ。道の穴と書いて洞穴です。下に行けば第二魔界、そして第一魔界まで続いています。その昔は自由に行き来できたようですが、私が物心ついた頃にはもうあのように何者かが作った光のシールドで通れなくなっていました。
俺は第一魔界で仕事をしているんだ。
へえ、お仕事。
The suspicions never end.
いろいろさ。
Well, that answered the question.
あれ、なんか立ってるぞ。
え、
ああ、先代の王のダーブラだ。
本当だ。でもボロボロだな。
なので見慣れないでしょう。
大魔界っていうからもっと不気味なとこ
I
かと
think
思っ
most
てたけ
persons
ど
would think that too, Goku.
あんまり地球と変わんねえな。
グロリオだ。
外の空気が空いてえからちょっと下ろしてくんねえか。
I'm just ready for some adventure already.
分かった。
ここが大魔界か。なんかちょっとくせえな。それに
Enhanced gravity, I suppose.
なんか空気がドヨーンとしていてやたら動きにくいぞ。
ここを覆っているガスのせいで空気が重いんだ。
ガス？
心配するな。体には無害だ。
そっか。
昔グリンド人の多くが住んでいたのは第二魔界だったはずだ。上品なあんたたちが第三魔界に来る用事なんてなかっただろうからな。
What is this man doing, dog? It's one icon, dog. Honestly.
おい、気をつけろ。その下の暗黒の海に落ちたらあっという間に死んでしまうぞ。
おっかねえな。
I get some mid-episode title cards there. Not looking bad.
Oh,
空気が重いと言っただろ。来るぞ。
It's actually very comical how they just slow down. Alright, Glorio, the Sheriff Bomberas.
ただの 盗賊だ。
お金どこだな。
あの火山の出すガスが空気を重くしているんだ。この辺りには火山がそこら中にある。
それでくせんだな。してもバレねえかもな。
下品ですよ。
Typical
ガス
Goku.
の濃度が濃いほど空気が重くなる。
ハリワリ。
Really, Goku? And again, yo, this always is just screaming like RPG vibes, like some Chrono Trigger vibes,
あんた
isn't
たち
it?
もそろそろ眠いだろう。
客かい。
ああ、あんたたち二人は一緒の部屋でいいか？
ええ、構いません。
二部屋あるか？
あるよ。一部屋3万ドクロだ。
3万？ずいぶんふっかけたな。寝るんじゃないぞ。
何をする気で。わかった。
Oh wow, from 30,000 to 5,000. That's wild.
おい、食事はできるか？
ああ、向かいにバーがある。ハンバーガーくらいなら食える。
Even hamburgers exist in the demon realm, apparently. I kind of like how they just stop the OST. There's no OST even playing right now, you know? Just quiet.
ハンバーガーを1個でいいか？うせろと言ってるのが聞こえないのか？
ああ、なんだって？もう一度来るわ。
Calm down, youth. Alright, Glorio. Doing his thing.
ほら、ハンバーガー。
Yeah. Like, be reasonable, dog. You see the man them that Deagle they are so nonchalant, and then there's still the attack. Come on, dog. If it was me, bro, I'm just chillaxing, dog. Like the man them just shelled on a few of my brethren them, and then like them just go back to eating. Like it's no big deal. Nah, come on.
動きづれー。
Alright, get some warm up. And then you see the music starts back up. Like I know, like as someone that grew up with the Falcon and the Ocean dub, well, for the Funimation, the Funimation and the Ocean dub, where you know it's been criticized for having the music, like having OSTs always playing throughout. I can see the appreciation for, you know, just having the ambient sounds of the environments in the show just be the thing instead of having the OSTs blasting all the time. It definitely adds an interesting contrast, or at least it adds a, how should I put it, once the music actually starts back up, it makes you look forward to what's about to happen even more. So yeah, it's pretty neat, it's pretty nice. Once you have a can do this while eating my little dinner, dog. Nom nom nom.
Glorio さん、どうかしましたか？
飛行機か。
Really, dog? The man them thief the plane and leave an axe. What does that note even say?